Hello, 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 everyone. Your girl Tay here, bringing you some more animal news. Okay, welcome to the Let's Talk Wow podcast live. Okay, so today we are getting into the Los Angeles City Council. They have temporarily suspended new dog breeding permits. Okay, so they said that it is overcrowding in the shelters and they need to get a hold of things. So no dog breeding. Okay. So we'll get into that. And we'll also get into the American Kennel Club. They have responded to the suspension. But before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay. Subscribe. It's free. It will really help your girl out. Also, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I go live. Okay. I usually do these lives between 12 and 1 o'clock. This is my kids' nap time. So this is a great streaming time. Okay. So welcome. And, make sure you guys get familiar with the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys, check out some videos and shorts after watching this. But make sure you give this video a thumbs up, this stream a thumbs up, and share it. It really goes a long way. Okay. So we will get into the particulars about the suspension and why it happened and stuff like that. So, first up, I want to get into the member. Okay. Miss Hernandez, I believe she is a female, introduces legislation to halt issuance of breeding permits, called special meeting to address crisis in animal shelters. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. And then we'll get into, what the American Kennel Club had to say. And I'll give my thoughts as well. Okay. So, this was the initial thing that popped it off, like in September. This was posted September 18th of 2023. Okay. Friday, September 15th, LA City Council member, cannot pronounce the first name. I apologize. Hernandez. Okay. Council member Hernandez issued a motion directing the city to draft an ordinance to place an immediate and indefinite moratorium, also known as a suspension, basically, on issuing new breeding permits. The motion, which was co-introduced by Councilwoman Tracy Park. Okay, so is Council member Hernandez? Why they ain't say councilwoman for her if she's a female? I don't know. But nonetheless, I apologize if they are not a female. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, so they also directs the Department of also Tracy Park also directs the Department of Animal Services, DAS, to report back to City Council. Let me slow down. Let's slow down. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's try it again. Okay. So yeah, Councilwoman Tracy Park also directs the Department of Animal Services, DAS, to report back to City Council with data on the number and cost of breeding permits issued last year, as well as analysis of other cities that have banned the issuance of breeding permits. Okay. City animal shelters are facing an extreme overcrowding crisis, resulting in dire and inhumane conditions for the animals in animal services care. Numerous factors have contributed to the crisis, including a lack of pet friendly rental units. Insufficient funds, insufficient, yes, insufficient rates of pets, not funds. Okay. Pets being spayed and neutered. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the spayed and neuter thing in a second, because they were saying that, um people, these pet owners are not getting, they don't even breed their pets, right? They just don't want to um get their pets spayed or neutered. So they'll apply for a breeding permit just to have that, to have an excuse to not spay and neuter their pets, okay? But we'll get into that after this, okay? So, despite the current conditions, few barriers currently exist for members of the public to obtain a breeding permit. And as of July 31st, 2023, DAS has issued more than 1,100 breeding permits for this calendar year. High rates of permitted and unpermitted breeding impact both in the inflow and outflow of animals from the city shelter system, adding further strain to the system. Okay, Councilmember Hernandez says it is unacceptable for the city to continue issuing breeding permits while thousands of animals are suffering from overcrowded conditions in our animal shelters. Okay, while many factors have contributed to the crisis, halting the issuance of breeding permits is an immediate. Y'all know I was gonna mess up. I was too smooth with it. It was coming. An immediate step the city can take to reduce the strain on the system. Okay, so we must act now to help, alleviate the burden on our overflowing animal shelters. Okay, that's what Councilwoman Tracy Park said. Now, while it's not the only solution, every effort counts in creating relief at our shelters and ensuring every animal finds a home. Okay, so yes, we're done with that. Okay, so yeah, let me show y'all. So basically, like I was saying, some people are not breeding pets. They just don't want to get their dogs spayed and neutered. So getting a breeding permit, you know, you have an excuse. So, if animal control something happens, they be like, "Oh, why isn't your dog spayed and neutered?" Okay, they could be like, "Oh, well, I got a breeding permit," right? Even if they're not breeding their dogs, right? So, okay, so spay and neuter ordinance. Okay, on February 12th, 2008, the City Council of Los Angeles, honey, the City Council don't be playing about the animals. Clearly, gave final approval to a new law that requires all cats and dogs in the city to be spayed or neutered after the age of 4 months. Okay, with some specific exemptions allowed. The mayor signed the ordinance on February 26, 2008, making Los Angeles the national leader in efforts of humanely decrease the number of pets abandoned and euthanized each year. Okay, it went into effect October 1st, 2008. Okay, but exemptions. Let's get into that. Um, okay, where we at? Has a valid. Okay, right there, has a valid breeding permit issued to the owner pursuant to existing city ordinance. Additionally, all intact dogs must have an intact dog license from the city. Okay, so they have to have an intact dog license from the city. But yeah, so this can get really messy because people don't want to spay and neuter their pets because they think, oh, it's they just feel like it's dehumanizing their dogs and stuff like that, when that's not actually the case, right? So, but when your animal accidentally gets out and starts breeding with the neighbor's dog, or breeding with dogs that are, strays out there in the wild, honey, the wild streets of LA. Okay, in the words of Tupac. Okay, not in the word. I said the words of Tupac because I was singing the song in my head, but I can't say the lyrics here on YouTube, child. It's not words for YouTube. But um then these puppies are created, and then these puppies end up in the shelters. It's like a lot going on. I feel like they said, like the breeding and like the breeding, and I feel like for me, the breeding, and I need to get myself together. Maybe I need to finish reading and then I could continue to give my thoughts. Yeah, let's finish, because it's like it's not coming to me right now. It's not coming to me right now, right? But let me read what they want to do, okay? So they want to, okay, suspend them, the issuance of new dog breeding permits during periods of shelter overpopulation. It will help reduce the population of dogs and greatly benefit the welfare of dogs in the department's animal shelters, which I agree. I agree. Um, Now, the American Kennel Club has some things to say. Let me get into that. Hold up. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. Oops, sorry, y'all. Okay, I just want to make sure I have everything here. Okay, yes. So the American Kennel Club has some things to say. Okay, they were not too happy about the changes, you know. So Los Angeles passes breeder permit suspension on April 9th. The Los Angeles City Council voted to suspend the issuance of new breeding permits until city animal shelters are below 75% capacity. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. So yeah. They said that the AKC continues to oppose this measure as responsible dog breeders are not the reason why city animal shelters are in distress. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, so that's all we need to know from them. That's it. That they said that's not what's happening. And yeah. So my thing is, how do you guys know that? Huh? Okay. Look, while some council members acknowledge that this suspension may be ineffective, they still voted for this implementation. Yes, because you have to try something. You have to do something. You have to do something, and it's temporary. That's what people need to understand. It is temporary. This is not a full-blown thing that is just like written in stone. Like, everybody relax. Like, how do you guys know that? How do you guys know that? My thing is, breeders, there are good breeders out there. Okay. They make sure that, the animals are going to, great homes and stuff like that. But at the same time, can you really know for sure that this animal is going to a great home? You know? It's like something you cannot really completely, really, honestly say yes to. In my opinion, you can't, because you don't know that for certain. Unless, like, you've known these people for years and years and years. But it's like, if you are just having people, you have interviews with people. Some breeders have interviews with people and stuff like that, get the feel of them and all of that. But it still doesn't mean that they could be nice to you in your face and great, and then turn around, they get the dog, and then next thing you know, they are, you know, abusing the animal or putting it in horrible circumstances, being neglectful. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I just feel like something is better than nothing at this point. Dang if you do, dang if you don't. Like, just everybody relax. It's temporary. We're going to see how it goes once the shelters calm down and aren't overpopulated. Things may resume as normal, or they may have a little bit of changes. Maybe they'll have seasons to like suspend the permits, hold off on permits every once in a while, so they can keep up with the demands and the input, the output of the animals in the shelters, right? Something is better than nothing. Just sitting around and letting the problem continue to exist when you see that it's a problem that is existing and you have somewhat of power to be able to fix it, okay, alleviate the issue, the problem, and you sit back and do nothing. Now that would be a talking point. That's why I said dang if you do, dang if you don't. If this was a continued issue with these animals overcrowding the shelters, the people have already, you know outcried about this, and I feel like California has been one of those states that is not playing about pet shops. They not playing about the animals, period. They are not. So they've been, for the past couple of years, they have been implementing laws and different things to help with um these animals being placed in shelters, being sold in pet shops, and fur farming and all of that type of stuff. So California is definitely the state that is leading, okay, when it comes to, animal, I feel like animal rights and pets, but like I said, dang if you do, dang if you don't. This is temporary. Everybody needs to calm down. Nobody is thinking about the animals. Like everybody is thinking, I feel like, in my opinion, the people that are so mad about this are only worried about their pockets, their money, allegedly, in my opinion. Like, let the shelters calm down. Let these dogs get adopted before we start passing out more breeding permits that could possibly lead to dogs being put in the shelter that we don't even have space. We don't have space for them. What do y'all want us to do? Y'all just want us to keep sitting around letting the dogs overrun? Y'all want us to keep euthanizing dogs because we don't have space? And I'm not sure if California is implemented a no, I can't say the word, a no ill shelters. I don't know if their shelters are no ill. I know some states, they be like, if we don't have the space, or if the animals are too aggressive and if we feel like we can't adopt them out, they have to get euthanized, put down, in other words, but yeah, it's just like everybody needs to calm the heck down. It's temporary. It's to benefit and to help the animals and help the people that be at these shelters, okay, to help the people that foster these dogs, okay, before they can find homes. And sometimes these dogs don't find homes and then end up just staying with their foster people that eventually have to take them in because it's like nobody wants the animal, so, and it's a lot, just dealing with dogs and cats that are trying to find a home. Like, it's a lot. So give these people grace. If y'all don't know, I was a vet tech for 11 plus years. Work with dogs, cats, okay, birds, rabbits, rodents. So it's like, these people, is if they are like telling their council people, if they are telling the state, they telling the city, telling the council, the county, telling these government people, listen, something needs to happen. We need to try something. But the shelters are crazy right now. We in overcrowded season right now. So can y'all help us out? Like, please. So they're like, okay, we got you. We got you. Just let us, put something together real quick. We gonna do, all right, let's just try this. Let's suspend the dog breeding permits for now. Okay. And the AKC, American Kennel Club, talking about, oh, well, some of the council people already said that uh it's it may not work. Okay, but it's better than not doing nothing at all. Like, what is going on? People do not think about what they be saying? Like, what? Okay. So I just want everybody relax. I want everybody to, think about the animals. This is for the animals, okay? And that's it. Like, it's nothing else to say about it. It's for the animals, to help these people that are working with these animals, working at these shelters night and day, taking care of sick animals, wounded animals, honey. It's a lot. Trying to help animals find their owners when they lost is a lot. Okay. And it definitely takes a village. It takes a community. Okay. So you guys let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Will you be affected by the dog breeding permits being suspended? Do you live in Cali? You let me know. If you live in Los Angeles, okay? But let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Leave a comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Make sure you like the stream, subscribe. What else am I missing? Turn on notifications. Turn on your notifications. Of course, I'll leave timestamps for those who want to skip through and whatnot. I already know how y'all like to do. Sometimes I like to skip through some YouTube videos of what I'm watching. So I'm very considerate. Okay. So I'll give, you guys some timestamps if you want to get into the paperwork and read through some stuff that I scroll past. But make sure you guys love yourself, one another, your pets, and the animals. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.